are listening to IBGR.network, the International Business Growth Radio Network, and I am your host, Jan Robberts, global influencer, co-founder of Key Leadership Institute, and founder of JR Speakers Club. I'm a coach, trainer, speaker, values-based leadership specialist, and personal profiling consultant and personal development professional. But for more information about me, go to the ibgr.website and check out my profile. There you will find all the links to follow and get in touch with me. Now, it's good to be here. If you were already on before me, of course, this is a different hour for me. It's an hour later, but I hope if you were on already before this that you were listening to the recording of the World Summit we had a couple of weeks ago to launch the radio station. And I am not aware, but I know we are now in 134 countries. It might have grown already because it's grown weekly. It's exciting, people, and great for you to be with us on this actually sunny morning. I'm here in Scotland just now, and there was a lot of rain, but as the song says, there will be sunshine after rain, and there certainly is. By the way, we would love to hear from you in real time during the show. So if you're listening live or one of the recordings, you can always connect and interact with us on social media, on Facebook and LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter at ibgr.network. Now, the great thing about this here is it is a live show, and I just saw a message flashing by. We are no longer in only 134 countries. Donna Kunde, one of the amazing people on the background, just said we are now in 137. Now, I wasn't telling a world of a lie when I said and growing. Well, we're growing as we speak, from 134 to 137 countries and still growing. So it's exciting. And I'm glad that you're here. But in this episode, and if you want to find it, it's P103, episode 3, already episode 3 of the new season. There is no impact in your comfort zone. Get out. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And it's in our P1 lane. That's a people skills lane for success at ibgr.network. So go to our website at www.ibgr.network and download the show notes. And yes, if you were listening last week, I couldn't say that because I really made a mistake. Yes, I'm human. You might not believe it, but I actually am. It's not a robot here or one of these bots talking to you. But I have the show notes for this week are already on the website. So go there and download them. And afterwards, if you missed out and you listen to it now, of course, you're already listening to a recording. But if you missed out, or if you've got friends who missed out, take them to the ibgr.network, bring them there, and not only for me, because we have just started our 3rd season, and this is an exciting season for a variety of reasons. But because first of all, we are sharing tips, tools, techniques, and wisdom. And of course, that last one is from all my amazing colleagues, of course. But secondly, we want you, our audience, to ask questions in each episode, each session from each show host. And there is nearly 40 of them now around the world and growing there too. And if I'm wrong, I'll see another one flashing by. But it's about them and their respective subjects, which range from operations, customers, and finance to today's show about people. And then tomorrow, Friday, about owners as executives and working on your business rather than in your business. And there's different levels. I mean, 4-6 hour time zones. And what a challenge this month has been to try and figure it all out with clocks going backwards, clocks going forwards, clocks not changing. You know, these people behind the screen, and they're not quiet because they both got their own show host as well, and there's more people coming there. But amazing, you know, Donna and Bill, thank you for all you've doing for us already, and everybody else who's involved in the background, because it's important. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here either. But you know, we're on show 24/7, and I'm sure there will be enough in all these areas to support you on your journey wherever you are. If you're just planning in the planning stages where this level is on, or if you've opened your doors, if you're developing your business, or indeed if you're exciting your business. Now, that doesn't mean that you're excited in your business. I hope you are. And if not, you really need to be here, because then that means you need to listen into all this wisdom that's coming, as said from my colleagues, of course. But you need to be here and bring your friends who are also thinking about being entrepreneurs or struggling in entrepreneurial areas where they can gain so much. They can download all the podcasts, and you know, you will get a lot from it, I'm sure. But as I said, today I will be talking about some subject I quite like, and it's called the comfort zone. I can say it's my favorite subject, but all subjects to do with people are my favorite subject. So if this is your first time listening, welcome. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. It is absolutely fantabulous, as I say, because there is no one word that will describe it, so I put two of them together. That now more people from 137 countries are listening to a variety of hosts and their programs every single week. The comfort zone. Here we go. You often hear the saying, get out of your comfort zone. But what is the comfort zone exactly? And why do we happily sit inside it, even if deep down we know it might not be the best place for us to be? And what do most people do when they're sitting in their comfort zone and they're not happy about it? You've got it. Blamestorming. Yes, it's a favorite word of mine because that's what a lot of people do. They complain about what's wrong with everything else and everything around them, yet the only person who can really work on that is the person looking in the mirror every morning. That's why all these things are so important. That's why the people side is equally important as the financial, is equally important as the customer and operations and working on the business as an executive. Every one of them is important. It's a holistic approach to helping you in your business. Well, the following is a simple description of the comfort zone. And I got that from somebody else, but it's very simple. And why can I say that? Because I understood it. So it had to be simple. But to understand what is inside of your comfort zone, a great simple exercise is to draw a circle on a piece of paper. Now, everything you are experiencing in your life right now is inside of your comfort zone, inside of that circle. And your current state of health, your personal fitness, your style of parenting, the friendships you have, your current job, your financial status, and so much more. Everything you desire in your life but do not currently have is just outside the circle. And to get it inside, you're probably going to have to do something new or different. That means you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. Now, there's a saying, and it's something like this: if you want to have something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. It is that simple, really, because think about it. With people who, if the thinking you've had so far got you the results you've got. So even it might have to start with new thinking, and that's a whole program by itself. Maybe we'll come to that if you ask the right questions. We might even start talking about paradigm shifts and the mindset of people in business and how you can change from where you are to where you want to be. One of them is, of course, get a coach. And I'm a coach as well, so I know about these kind of things. But there is a lot more to it. It's simple, but it's not always easy. But if you want to have something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Now, there are 7 reasons I'm going to be talking about why stepping outside your comfort zone is a must. And the first one is personal growth. I love. I've just done put a whole video series together about the 15 invaluable laws of growth by John Maxwell. But in one of them, it talks about the law of the rubber band, which states that growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. So who's got a slack rubber band somewhere? But we'll talk into that in the next sessions anyway. And the second one is create momentum. Momentum is not created in that comfort zone. It's outside. The third one, increase productivity. Now it goes in hand with momentum, slow and steady inside the zone, which is comfortable. So we need to increase that. Eliminate fear. Well, what does eliminate it? Action eliminates fear. So I hope that kind of gives you some idea. But number 5, the performance zone. Uncomfortable actions will lead to incredible results. Now I'm going to repeat that already just in case I forget later on when I'm probably in the 3rd session somewhere. Uncomfortable actions will lead to incredible results. And that's a reason why we need to get out of the comfort zone, because we actually admire all these people who have, do, and are performing. And wow, I wish I could do that. They've taken those uncomfortable actions, and that's why you see those incredible results. There's no overnight success. Some people have practiced 20 years to become an overnight success. Self-fulfillment, satisfaction of achievement. It's a bit like climbing your own Mount Everest. When you get to the top, I'm not going to talk about that. There's another top to be climbed, but how, when you get to the top, and success is always uphill, so you need to be climbing. I would put your climbing boots on now, because if you're not climbing uphill, you're sliding down an old hill, and there's no glory in that. And the next one is, the seventh one is profound impact on others. When you stand up, when you speak up, and when you stand out, you will make much more impact on others. We all make impact on people. I mean, I talk about it in our leadership training. I'm also a leadership person. Some say specialist and whatever. But I also talk about that in our leadership. It says, when you want to lead, you can lead. Not everybody has the same impact and influence in everybody. But there is also, you have more impact with some than with others. But, to have that profound impact, you need to actually stand up. You need to stand up, which is sometimes uncomfortable. You need to speak up, which is sometimes uncomfortable. And you need to stand out, which is sometimes uncomfortable. Do you get there somewhere that we need to get out of that comfort zone? So that's why I said, there is no impact in the comfort zone. Get out! Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But I hope you're going to stay tuned to this community. I love it, community of commerce, and on our social media platforms, because the community is like a chamber of commerce, but this is a whole community. This is so much bigger, and we cannot be contained. So connect with us in real time during the show. Look for that pulsating orange question mark in the lower right hand corner of most pages on our website, and click on the beast. Ask your questions and share comments about the show, because your questions are important. And remember, you will decide what we cover from next season, because this is going to be true on-demand programming from our ibgr.network. Now, we're now going to take a short 2 to 3 minute break, and when I return, we'll be talking more about those 7 points I just mentioned. So don't go away. In fact, join us. Join us on our Facebook, LinkedIn, but also go to our website and click the join